Hi Rachel, welcome back to the channel. I am so excited to be doing a personal reading for you today. I wanted to welcome you back to this space and to say that I'm so happy that you won the giveaway for this particular reading over on Instagram. I'm so grateful for your continued support and for you watching the videos and hanging out over on Instagram. I'm so glad that you're finding the information helpful and that you're resonating with the readings and with the messages that I'm putting out there. I'm excited to jump into this for you. I understand from your order that you are an Aries, and you had a couple of particular questions. Most of them I automatically answer throughout the course of this reading, or I try to get as close as possible depending on what I can and can't channel for this particular individual. The only thing that I might have some trouble with is names, because I don't typically do names, but if something does come up or I see something obvious in the tiles, I will be sure to mention that to you as well. Okay, really quickly before we get started, I wanted to thank you for stopping by, and also let you know that I've placed a disclaimer down in the description section of the video. That's just like the one that you saw when you submitted your order on the website for the reading. It basically says that I am just a human, right? And that you shouldn't make any rash life decisions based solely off of a tarot reading. You always want to check in with your own intuition and with your own inner knowing to make choices in your life that feel right for you, that feel right for your path. All right. Now, this particular reading is a private reading, which means that nobody can see it but you. And I wanted to let you know that nobody, that it doesn't expire. Okay, there's no deadline that you have to watch it by. If ever you want to revisit the message, you can do so simply by clicking on the link for the video. I promise not to delete this video from the channel if you want to watch it again, okay? If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns at the end of the reading, don't hesitate to email me, reach out to me on the website. You can also reach out to me on social media. I try to get back to people as soon as I can, provided what I've got going on during the day. Okay, but please don't hesitate to reach out. You can also leave a comment down below. Any communications that we have in the comment section for this particular video are private and can only be seen between you and myself. Okay, all right, let's jump into this reading for you. I want to start with a question of when it is that you are meant to meet this person. We're going to start with the pendulum, and then we'll clarify wherever we need to with the pendulum and with the tarot cards, okay? And I want to ask a question while the pendulum does its magic on this particular individual, okay? For Rachel, please. When will Rachel meet her future spouse, please? When will Rachel meet her future spouse, please? For Rachel and Rachel's future spouse, please. For Rachel and Rachel's future spouse, please. Number 6 showing up on the pendulum for you. That could be 6 weeks, 6 months, or 6 years from now. I know that there's a big difference between 6 weeks, 6 months, and 6 years. So I'm going to whittle that time frame down for you a little bit. But first, the Two of Cups here and the Eight of Swords showing up first on your spread. I asked the question of if this is a person that you've already met in your life, and I feel very strongly that the answer to this question is no. Perhaps feeling a bit locked, feeling a little bit unable to access this thing, this soulmate, this, You might be feeling like, how do I get out of this prison of feeling by myself, feeling like I don't have wiggle room when it comes to love. I want to get out there. I want to embrace love. And you might feel a little trapped, a little bound, right? One of those things that could be trapping you is your own mind, right? From getting out there, from pursuing this passion. With the Two of Cups too, I almost get that this is for your own good, right? There's a sense here that like delays are working in your favor. The universe doesn't want you to meet the person that's going to show up right now. They want you to meet the person that's going to be right for the long haul. Somebody that you actually want to be bound with, bound to, right? That actually isn't somebody that's going to walk away. That one true love here. And that's what you're going to be coming into. I feel like this is new energy after a period perhaps of feeling like, oh gosh, why can't I access this? This is the one part of my life that I feel like I need control over, or like I need, right? Those are thoughts that could certainly be weighing on you. Very, very interesting. For Rachel, please. Is Rachel going to meet her future spouse within the next 12 months, please? Is Rachel going to meet? The Nine of Wands here and the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is a no for me. Now, the reason that I asked 12 months is because we're going through a lot right now, and I feel like we got to have some grace with the universe. So this isn't something that's going to happen in the 6 weeks or the 6 months. I feel like this could be 6 years down the road for you. And I know that might be something that is stressful for you with the Nine of Swords on the bottom. But the universe is telling you to keep the faith here, that you're fighting for the right thing, that you are on the precipice of something beautiful. Again, looking for the right thing, the true thing, not the thing that will satisfy you right now. And with this Four of Wands, that thing that you're looking for is destiny. It is a divine partner that mirrors you. It is this 1111. It is a beautiful counterpart, just like that Two of Cups. So don't lose faith. Don't let the thoughts get you to a place where you feel like it's not going to come. Although it might take you some additional time, you're getting there. You're on the right path. You're on the verge of this fairy tale of coming home, I'm getting, of your own destiny, things finally feeling like they have aligned for you when it comes to this beautiful union. Okay? I don't think that's what you wanted to hear, but I'm going to tell you the truth, right? How it is that I see it. This person could be a fire sign. We've seen a lot of fire energy there. They could be an air sign as well. We'll see where the spread takes us on that, okay? What can you tell me about this future spouse, please? What can you tell me, please, about Rachel's future spouse, please? What can you tell me, please, about Rachel's wonders? Okay, wisdom here, very interesting. Abundance, opportunity, and wonders. First, I'll tell you that this is somebody that believes in wonder. This is somebody that believes in fate. They believe in destiny, okay? I also get a lot of strong sexual energy. We're starting a reading there. Okay, fine, Rachel. Have it your way, okay? This is somebody that you don't just mesh with emotionally, spiritually, psychically here, but definitely physically as well. There's something very, very phallic about this idea of wonder, about penetration here, about something rock solid, penetrating an orgasmic space. And I get Your Body is a Wonderland from this, that song, Your Body is a Wonderland. I don't know if you've ever heard that song before, but that's what's coming into my mind right now. You're going to not have any problems with intimacy with this particular person. You may have had limited experience in regards to intimacy. This person certainly is going to blow your mind if that is in fact the case here with the Wonders card, okay? Clearly somebody that does well for themselves, but I see this more as not just material abundance. There's something emotionally abundant about them that really appeals to you. A sense of calm, a love for the great outdoors. This person, I feel, is into astronomy. This is the kind of person that likes to go out with an actual telescope and look at the stars. There's something scientific, smart, witty. I'm getting intellectual about this person. They like the idea of the sciences. They like the idea of nature. They want to know how things work, how things grow, how universes come to be, how galaxies are formed. I'm getting there's something quite intellectual about them in that way. This abundance that they're looking for is spiritual. It is emotional, right? It's not just about money. This is a person with some depth here that you're going to be coming into, one that I feel is going to help you blossom. You guys are going to help each other grow in this particular relationship. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if this person has a little bit of a gift of their own, right? With this huge moon here, this idea of intuition and taking downloads, taking information, ideas out of thin air, and using those ideas, things that feel like when you ask them, how did you come up with that idea? They're like, I don't know. It just kind of came to me. That's what I'm getting here. It just came to me. It was just like a download. It was like from the divine. Like, I don't even know how this idea struck me. They might even wonder about like where the mystery is of where they get their smarts, their ideas, right? They use those to create opportunities where other people see darkness. Your person sees light. There's something very, very unique about how they think, about how they also, their thought process on making decisions. They're guided by their intuition, even if they don't know to call it that. Their gut, they might call it their gut, I'm getting their gut instincts, killer instincts, on when to strike, on when to pounce, on when to take a leap of faith, when to invest, when to withdraw. Somebody quite smart here, okay? And somebody that you clearly find very, very sexy. This person could be a Pisces. Again, they could even be a fire sign, with this idea of wonders, the Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here. So you guys could be suited in that way. Let's see what else we can get for Rachel's future spouse, please. Yeah, look at that. Abundance on top of abundance. This person could be a vegan or a vegetarian, and I feel like they might actually have a tattoo of some sort of a star or of like a constellation or of, there's something about the stars that's actually on their body, either on their right calf or perhaps their right arm. Very, very interesting. One more card, please. Wow. We've had a couple of these. It's very interesting. This person, they're an excellent communicator. And it's because of their intuitive nature. Remember how I said I got this feeling that this abundance wasn't just material? There was something deeper there, right? Emotional, physical, spiritual abundance. You can see it here first, this cornucopia, a second confirmation that they do well for themselves. This person, too, I'm getting, isn't a cheapskate. You may have dealt with people like that before and it put a bad taste in your mouth, right? People that are selfish too with their money, I'm getting. They'll buy a $5,000 purse and leave a $5 tip for the person that sold it to them. You don't like that. I see here, this is a person that, like, you go to a restaurant. I get this visual of you going to a restaurant and them being so nice to the wait staff that, like, you're like, that's the one, that's the keeper, based off how they treat other people, especially people that are meant to serve them. Meant to be their housekeeper, meant to pull their car up at the valet. They don't let the money blind them. They have success, but they don't let it blind them. They know that true abundance comes from how it is that you treat others. And I'm getting, it comes from the energy that you leave people with, the taste that you leave people with in their mouth when you're gone. Interesting that that word taste would come up because of this cornucopia of fruit and everything that we see here on the imagery. This is a person that connects with their emotions. First, they follow their heart towards new opportunities. As I said, there's something, they're very intuitively guided in their life, and they think it's a gut thing, that they just have learned to follow their gut. But what is the gut? It's the intuition, right? It's following the heart. It's following the path that fate, that wonder, that the universe, this reaching for the stars, that the universe has set out for them. They might call it something different, but that's what this is. They know how to listen to the signs, they know how to do that. You could have a very good psychic link with this person, okay? Counseling and flowers here. Um, you're gonna laugh when I get to this section, but with counseling here, as I said, an excellent communicator. And I feel like this is actually what they do for a living. They teach people how to be abundant emotionally, spiritually, mentally. And they know how to pull people out of the dark, their mind out of a dark place with this counseling card, and to instead think about all the opportunities that are on the other side of darkness, on the other side of depression, sadness, divorce, grief. All of these things that we go to a therapist for, that we go to a counselor for, that we go to a psychiatrist for. They know how to do that. And what do they put instead into people's minds and hearts? Flowers, new seeds of growth, of wonder, of possibility, of a belief that there is a greater power out there that is looking out for us. This is what your future spouse does. They help people to bloom. Now, I had mentioned I get a lot of sexual energy from this, with flowers on top. Somebody that, again, especially if you've had limited experience, I get that song like a virgin. There's something about your intimate experience with them that feels so new, so in tune, so on the same vibration, that you feel like you're blooming, like you've literally given them your flower, like you have let them deflower you. Very, very interesting. Regardless, though, they are somebody that is rewarded by the universe because they go out of their way to serve the collective, to get them out of darkness, to bring them to light, to abundance, to wonder, to growth here, to follow their heart's desires and to find their own sense of abundance after periods of being in dark, of being stuck. I think we had a flipper there. Just want to, oh, here it is. Yeah. See, your relationship starts right now. And what I mean by that is your thought process. Now, I don't mean this in a sense like some readers say, well, you're manifesting a delay, or I don't believe in that stuff. Okay, like I think that you can boost manifestation, right? When you're on the same frequency, you can make things happen faster. But I'm not of the school of thought that bad things are in your life because you're not manifesting right. Or no, I think that sometimes we stay stuck longer than we intended to because we have not let something go yet. And this is here. This is that beginning, as I said, that this idea of the length of time that you might be waiting for this stressing you out. You want it quick. You want a knight in shining armor to come in quick to save the day. And that's not, I'm getting, how this fairy tale is written. Okay? Even here, right? The Nine of Wands again at the bottom of the deck. You're on the precipice of change, but there has to be an understanding here, I'm getting, that it is meant to happen when it's meant to happen, right? Release can speed this up. Release of a fear, perhaps, that this isn't happening fast enough, or that it might never come. Letting go of that. I'm getting go to bed. Rachel, go to bed. I think this means like sleep well. Rest your head. Let the universe take over. You don't need to stress out about this anymore. Fate, destiny will find its way to you. There's no need to worry that it won't. You're not forgotten here. I'm getting a very interesting place to start. Okay, now, as far as how it is that you're going to meet this person, I'll give you two options. Now, one, you could be working on your mental health, anxiety, trauma, fears, right? The things that weigh heavy on the mind with the Nine of Swords, insomnia, seeking advice, seeking guidance, seeking abundance in your life, balance, okay? And you meet this person in your quest for that. Okay, you're going to be dating your therapist here? So that's one way, okay? So let's say you go to therapy And as you're leaving, you see somebody down the hall at the water cooler, and you're like, "Wow, who's that person? They're pretty good looking, right?" I want to know who that is, right? You could meet them in that setting, a setting of working on mental health, working on ascension, working on, right? But I can also see you being introduced to this person by family. I could see somebody in your family saying, "Hey, this person that you've been looking for, they're right here. Let me bring them. Let me introduce them." This is almost like a tag along I'm getting, like they just happen to be at the family potluck or something like that. Okay? And that is how you were introduced. Okay? Very, very interesting. I feel like they will spot you first. There's something about the way that you speak, the way that you think, the way that you deliver ideas. I'm getting especially when they contradict. When they contradict the group that I feel that you will meet this person with, either in like this mental health setting, right, where you're working on yourself, or family. Like the second you have a disagreement and you're like, "No, this is actually what I believe I'm getting. This is actually what my heart says is the right thing," right? And here's all the points as to why. Your sharp wit and your courage to not be a doormat, to speak up. So many people, I feel, they just smile and nod, and that ain't you. And they like that. They like that you're quick to say, "Wait a minute, this is not what I believe, and I'll tell you why." And I feel like that part of the conversation is what makes them, it gets their attention. And they want to move to speak with you, the person that challenges, the person that thinks differently. Okay? I feel like that is here. Now, notice the World card here. I feel like this is just a second confirmation that this is a new person. Okay? I don't feel like this person lives at a distance from you. I feel like they actually are in your circle. Okay? But I feel like this is a complete change of pace between this energy here. It's like wanting to rush, wanting the fairy tale. When's it going to happen? Doubt, fear, right? And then abundance here with the World card. You feel like it's a whole new world. That song, A Whole New World, right? Yeah. I get too speed, like this sense of like things felt like they moved so slow for so long while you were waiting for this abundance, for this warmth, this happiness, right? This offer for the universe to say, "Here it is," right? And then finally it shows up, this one truth, this one loyal, honest person that makes you, that's a good communicator, right? With counseling, right? That lives by this strict moral code here. Once they show up, you're like, wow. First, I think you're a little bit angry. If I'm being honest, Rachel, you're like, "Well, what the fuck took you so long?" In a joking way, of course, right? What the hell took you so long? You know how long I've been waiting here for you? I see you greeting them like this, like, well, look what the universe dragged in, right? But also, I see this sense of like, something clicks here for you. Of like, oh, I get it now. I understand why I had to wait for this particular person, for this one truth to come in, barreling in, right? I think that you understand now this idea of speed and why it took the time that it did for this new chapter for you to start. I almost get squander here, like if you had it sooner, you might let it slip away in some way, like the lessons that the universe wants you to learn, right? They're partly due to experiences that you're going to have over the next 6 years that are going to make you who you are meant to be, to vibe with this person. And that brings you a lot of warmth, a lot of happiness. Children too. I wonder if you want children with this person, because I feel like you will have at least one child with this particular individual. With the Chariot here, I almost get like full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. I feel like this actually is going to happen very quickly for you once you meet this person. like a month later, you're like, I know this is the one. Let's get married. I see even here like this idea of like whirlwind, a whirlwind romance, where it's like the second it shows up, you're like, yes. And then a month later, you guys are off on a trip or off on a honeymoon here with the Chariot card. It's like super fast. You waited all this time, and then all of a sudden, it's like a light switches, and you head forward on this journey with this particular individual. This is somebody that is quite thoughtful, and they believe in family. They believe that their ultimate abundance is in the home. It is the people that they love. It is you, their spouse, right? That's the thing that they're willing to risk it all for, to go to war for, to move mountains for here, right? This very protective, because this is their heart. This is the destination that their heart knew they were always meant to be at here, okay? Again, I had mentioned that they're quite intellectual. Obviously, with this form of work, they have to be, right? There's a clinical, medical background there, right? In learning how the brain works, getting accreditation, going to school, and things of that nature. But I get something else here. I get worldly, like somebody with a good palate, somebody with good taste. I get somebody that I'm getting here that they speak more than one language, something Latin. It's right on the tip of my tongue here. What is that I'm hearing? This could be Italian. Yeah, it could be Italian or Portuguese. I'm trying to like really zero in on it. It's so faint. There's something Latin based here, Italian or Portuguese. Okay, they speak that language. They want to eat foods. I wonder if it's Italian, because for some reason I just got noodle from this. Not that Italians are. I don't want to make some crude simplification of who Italians are, but clearly like noodle pasta, right? Like there's something, as I was saying, taste. As I was saying, worldly, palate, right? Noodle. Rich Italian foods with like in beautiful marinades and sauces and like fresh fish, and I can feel that here. I can feel that here. I feel like the people in your life, I wonder if they've like disapproved of people in the past that you've been dating with, or they've been like, I don't know if that's the one, like maybe you should rethink that one. Because I feel like there's a sense here that there's this overwhelming support for this. And that is like an added ingredient, that everybody in your life is like, whoa, like, Rachel, you better not let this one go. They can sense how perfectly fit you guys are for one another. I see that here, like just this incredible support from everybody for the both of you. Clearly somebody that you share a sense of humor with, laughs, abundance, happiness, and again, warmth, bedroom, heat, right? Deflowering, right? All of this sexual connotation that we're picking up here. They know how to raise your freak flag. Let's just put it that way, okay? And to make you happy and hot. So funny. I try not to, talk too much about that stuff because some people don't like that. But if it's this blatantly obvious, I'm going to mention it to you. We're both adults here, right? But yes, Ace of Cups, overflowing love, one that you don't feel that you have to settle for. No more settling. I'm getting here. I'm done with that. That could be something that you've been feeling like you've settled before. Because I get very much like I'm done with that. Something about value and your own worth here. Again, like I hate to sound like a broken record, but this takes me back to here. It takes me back to clicking. It takes me back to an aha moment all of a sudden, like, wow, I was waiting for the real deal. I'm so glad I didn't waste my time on on losers. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not going to have some fun along the way, that you're not going to be dating or asked out or anything like that. That doesn't mean that. It just means that your one and only is going to take a little while to get to you. So don't feel like you're going to be alone. Don't start collecting cats, okay, Rachel? Actually do, because cats are awesome. Leo here. We also have Virgo and we have Capricorn on possible signs. I had mentioned that I felt a lot of fire, right? With the cards that we had initially. Also here with fire, we have Leo here specifically with the Sun card. We also have the Chariot here. And then this Four of Wands that has shown up twice for you. As I said, they could also be a fellow fire sign, perhaps a Leo in particular, with some Earth, some Virgo and Cappy in their charts, okay? Even here, the Chariot, maybe some Cancer as well, okay? I want to get some tiles for you. And I want to see, it's funny, I keep trying to channel this person's looks, right? And I do believe that they're fairer skin. Even here you can see like blondish to brownish hair, sandy colored hair. I'm trying to pull more on the looks and for some reason it's not coming. I try not to push things like this because I feel often, more times than not, it's because there's something about that question that bothers them. There's something about that question that feels like I'm more than that. If that makes sense. I'm getting like some resistance there. Maybe like that would offend them or something like that, right? If you're like, send me a pic. the first interaction that you ever had with them, or like, you know, I don't know, I get something there about like, this person, oh, okay, never mind. Let me sit with this for a minute because I'm getting a face now. I'm getting a face now. I see a lot of facial hair on this person. A lot of facial hair. Like almost like a full beard. I don't feel, it's not something that's like not maintained, you know, they're not like Gandalf, I think that's the name of that, even though his was well maintained, that's not what I mean, but there's like a, something rugged here, and their face is a little bit hidden behind that hair, like what, show me your features, that's what I keep asking, show me your features, and I just get like a beard. I feel like flowers are going to be something that's a sign for you, okay? There's something about flowers, because I keep seeing this like cornucopia of flowers. Even here, I was talking about heat, and I was talking about this idea of like your freak flag, right? And how this relates to intimacy. And I didn't want to keep going into it because I felt like I drove the point home enough. But even here I was thinking like, wow, like this idea of like heating up your flowers. If you note, there's sunflowers here that are growing in the sunlight, as in like heating up your flower. They know how to bring heat to your flower. And I feel like flowers are going to be something that, especially the smell I'm getting of flowers. There's something of fresh cut flowers in particular. You know, when somebody gets a bouquet for, or like gets a delivery of flowers that are actually in a vase that were just freshly cut, that's the smell that I'm smelling right now. I feel like that smell in particular is a sign. I think that's the first time I've gotten a smell as a sign. There's something about fresh cut flowers that I feel is going to be a sign for you. Let's get these tiles out for you. I sense a train coming by. Hopefully it doesn't interrupt us. One of the downfalls of living in a busy city. Noise. Yeah, interesting. Um, I'll give you the tiles and some of the keywords that just are like popping out to me. First, the tiles NDIEOITLNMHDS, skipping obviously the ones that repeated. The first word that really popped out to me is home. Home, home, home. They are home to you. They are somebody that you will build home with. But again, it just takes me back to this Four of Wands over and over and over again. This idea of destiny, of home, of like your twin flame, like you're finally where you're meant to be with this particular person. I also see the word lone here. Lone as in like lone wolf, like lone, right? Again, I feel like there's something about them that is quiet, that is reserved. They're not bombastic. This isn't going to be the person that's up on the bar taking shots, screaming and dancing and making a fool of themselves. That's not them. There's something quite serious about their demeanor. And then when you unravel them, when you open them up, when they know, okay, it's safe, right? To share, that's when you get this sun, okay? I wonder if you will have a sun in particular with this person, because I see that here in the tiles as well. Okay. Lone, I think they're not somebody that needs big crowds, needs big approval, needs, right? But also this idea of feeling perhaps a little lonely for a little while you wait for this person. I get sit, like patience, sit, wait, breathe, right? I also get sin here. Again, another nod to that sexual chemistry between the both of you. I see details here, like they check the details, they check boxes. They are what you ordered. Their application is approved, I'm getting. That's so funny. Again, another nod to home here. Maybe you meet them going back home or something like that, right? Especially if you don't live like where you grew up. There's a sense here of like going home, meeting them around home, around family, around loved ones, okay? What else here? Funny enough, this idea of tune, like I think that's just a sense of their personality, their animated nature, the way that they can make you laugh. I see money, and moneyed and monies here. Clearly somebody that does well financially. I feel like this person easily would make at least 6 figures a year. They're successful. Abundance on top of abundance here, okay? I don't see them as a 1%er, but who is, right? Like, I think there's like 20 people, right, that are like 1%. I think that's everything that's really just jumping out at me in regards to the tile. Obviously, you'll if you want to pause, you could probably find like a million other things within the tiles. For example, mind, that Nine of Swords, but also the idea that they work with the mind, right? They hone the mind. Yeah, very, very interesting. I want to move on here to the last part of the reading, which I always say is the most important, because this is for you. What does the universe want you to focus on and work on while you wait for this person to come into your life and you into theirs, okay? I see the word long here too. That could have to do with time. This idea of the length of time that it might take to meet this particular individual. You've pulled the card of the Castle. I love this card. There's so much about this card, about fairy tales, about this image that we keep coming back to with the Four of Wands here, but also about letting your walls down, right? And about release of any like desire for the materialistic, right? That those things aren't going to be the things that really truly move you at the end of the day, like something like love would, okay? Let me flip to that page. And here's that in the event that you'd like to screenshot it. The castle, the palace, the penthouse, the fortress. It's no wonder fairy tales tell of sleeping princesses within castle walls. Like most archetypes, the castle is loaded with duality. It represents abundant riches, seductive fantasy, ornate wonders, and lavish adornments. Yet the walls are thick, cold, and shadowy. This card points to a tendency to hold on to possessions, quite possibly a literal home. Again, this idea of home, right? Or position that project the image of achievement, while the soul longs to run barefoot in the forest, leaving it all behind. At times we must settle down, yet the castle lulls us with its spell of materialism, and we fall asleep to our deepest dreams. The castle can be a motivating force, an enchanting goal to travel toward, but it is best not to linger within its walls of decadent deception for too long. Yeah. What stirs your soul right now? Versus the idea of what you can have, what you can buy, what you can build, right? How do those things align with your true calling and what it is that you're looking for? Particularly if you are somebody that, for example, like shops their feelings, right? I'll buy something and maybe that will give me a little sense of peace or satisfaction, or right. If you've got a little shopping addiction, this one's calling you out a little bit. Okay, when light visiting your throne of power, how fitting for you as an Aries, right? When dark, stuckness, depression, spells, and walls. Go deeper. Rachel White reads House, and Peter Bruegel's The Tower of Babel, if you want to do some more research into the meaning of this particular card. Notice how castles are destined to keep things out. They defend, they separate. It is likely there is connection and community beyond its walls that will revitalize you. Yeah. As I said, this idea of going outside, of breaking the wall down and going and partaking into the world, finding your home, finding your tribe, finding, right, these things that really resonate with you. If this card appears with the king, queen, or the maiden, know that you've entered into long-standing family dynamics that include property and power. Those cards did not show up here, but they could have to do with, as I said, a family home or family introducing you to this abundance, to this beautiful person. Rachel, that was your reading. I hope so much that you enjoyed it, that it at least gave you something to think about, and that it gave you some hope for this special individual that is coming into your life. I want to thank you so much again for all of your support and to wish you a beautiful 2021 full of every blessing that you could imagine. Again, questions, comments, or concerns, you know how to get a hold of me. I hope that I see you again really, really soon. All right? Bye-bye.